Hello and welcome to the Maharashtra Brief, where we get you all the top news headlines from Mumbai and Maharashtra. On the show this evening, the new Mumbai Monorail rakes stall while being tested. Officials say it's a controlled simulation. Shiv Sena UBT chief Uddhav Thackeray begins his Marathwada and Solapur tour to meet flood-affected farmers. Forest officials in Pune begin their operations to control man-animal conflict. One man-eating leopard is killed. Those are the headlines on the show. Let's take a look at our first story. Now, this, of course, is from Mumbai itself. A few months ago, the Mumbai Monorail developed a snag. Passengers had to be rescued, and after that, monorail services were withdrawn till these new rakes that are now being tested are operationalized and put into service. But during testing, during one such testing session, one of the monorail rakes that are new monorail rakes stalled. In fact, it also tilted. But officials say this is not a cause of worry. This was a controlled simulation and that this is part of the ongoing tests. My colleague Sujata Dwivedi has more on this story.
Monorail test has halted again due to technical glitch at the Wadala depot, and this was just a test drive, but once again it turned out to be a setback for the monorail. At present we are here at the Wadala monorail depot. Right outside it, what you see is the incident which has occurred near the Wadala depot while a new monorail rake was undergoing a test run. Now the train had just exited the Wadala depot where an accident occurred during a track change operation, and at the time of the incident only the train captain and a representative from Maha, the company responsible for the new rakes, were on board for the test run. Now, like you see in the visuals, the technical team is trying to work upon the entire matter, and also repair works are currently underway. But what remains a bigger question in the fray is that how long will it take for the monorail to revamp itself to ensure public safety? It is today that it was merely a test run, but within that too, there were technical glitches that were found, and preliminary findings suggest that the mishap was caused by signaling equipment unavailability. Now, due to the signal issue, the operation control room was unable to correctly identify the train's exact position and inadvertently moved the guideway beam switch while the train was still positioned on the switch point. Now, since September, when there was an incident that had occurred where the monorail, which included passengers within it, there were passengers present in the monorail, and it was stopped midway. People were stuck inside the monorail for hours. They were rescued, but once again, because of the entire glitch, it is now that passengers are fearing travelling in a monorail. Thereafter, the services were temporarily suspended, stating that once the new rakes are in and the repair works are done, the monorail services will once again be started for the people and turn out to be a greater service than before for Mumbaikars. But yet, looking at the present situation, whereas this was a test run, which if successful, the monorail services would have operated and begun once again much sooner. But now with this technical glitch, all of the new rakes that have just been bought in by the MMRDA for the services needs to be checked once again whether the signalling equipments and right to all of the other technicalities, are they really in check? Because if not, this can once again turn out to be a danger for Mumbaikars, which really needs to be worked upon to ensure that when a person travels in a monorail, they get a sense of safety and security rather than the monorail and its authorities proving its previous stature of being known as the white elephant in the room turn out to be true. And henceforth, it is important to look at the present situation and to work upon so that people and also passengers, they feel the safety and security while they travel in this project, the new rakes that are soon going to start for people.
Now, Shiv Sena UBT chief Uddhav Thackeray has begun his Marathwada tour, and also he will be visiting the district of Solapur. He will be meeting farmers who have been flood affected and are suffering from crop damage. He also calls this tour, or his party at least calls this tour, the Dagabazre tour, which they say is an effort to highlight the failure of the state government in helping farmers in time after they've faced crop damage due to unseasonal rain. My colleague Abhishek Avasthi has more on this.
Uddhav Thackeray is on a 5-day visit to flood-affected Marathwada region, where he started his visit from Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, meeting those affected farmers, inquiring about the 32,000 crore relief package that has been disbursed by the Maharashtra government to the flood-affected farmers. He is meeting those farmers, inquiring about whether they have received that disbursed amount or not, and at the same time he made an important appeal that a board should be put out of all those affected farmers' house, outside their house, that until loan waiver is being announced or given by the Maharashtra government, no vote will be given to the government in the local body election that are upcoming in the next few months. So definitely an important appeal made there. On the other hand, BJP is hitting out at the visit of Uddhav Thackeray, terming it to be completely a political visit, and at the same time Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has also taken a dig at it and said that at least for the first time Uddhav Thackeray has come out from his residence and meeting people, and he said that he never speaks on development, just makes political statement, but at the same time how much this visit will help Shiv Sena of Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray to gain the momentum ahead of the local body election is something that we will have to wait and watch out for. But politics over this is at its peak in the state of Maharashtra.
Now in Pune and some talukas of Pune, forest officials have actually begun to tranquilize leopards. There are forest officials on the ground who are looking at the man-animal conflict in that area. There have been protests, remember, after some people were killed by leopards that strayed into human settlements. Now, this, of course, is taking place in Pune, but there are concerns over man-animal conflicts and shrinking habitats for wild animals as well, which is leading to situations like these. Now, this is an operation that, of course, is taking place in Pune, and, of course, my colleague Rahul Kulkarni has more on this.
Maharashtra's Pune districts, particularly western part of the Pune district, is now witnessing great conflict among wildlife, animal and human being. Leopards have killed 3 human beings within 15 days. 2 are children. Due to the last death of 14-year boy, villagers not only ransacked the forest department office, but they also burned their vehicles. Because of this conflict, yesterday state government initiated a committee to capture at least 500 leopards to shift them from the parts of Manchar, Shirur and the peripheries to Vanatara. According to villagers, at least 2,000 leopards are there within the periphery of 15 kilometers, but the forest department data suggests at least 500 leopards are there. State government not only formed the committee but also allotted 12 crore rupees to capture the leopards and took initiative to prevent the conflict between human and the leopards. Some experts suggest because of river and the number of sugarcane fields there, this is a haven for the leopard to stay, and the easy availability of water of rivers is now become a safe haven for the leopards. Scarcity of their food, and because of scarcity of their food, now the leopards are entering in the parts of the village, trying to kill dogs and sometimes attacking humans. This conflicts in now turned out to be a political one. The opposition criticizing state government of its inability to took action against the leopards in last 2 years. Within the last 2 years, at least 57 human lives have lost between this conflict of leopards and human.
That's all we have on the show this evening. Thank you so much for watching. For all the latest from Mumbai and Maharashtra, stay tuned to the Maharashtra Brief on NDTV's YouTube platform. And for all the latest news and updates from India and across the world, stay tuned to NDTV. Thank you so much for watching.